And my family was not supportive. Let's really call what that is. There was, you know, and I've given them passes. There could have been times like where Jim Morrison disowned his family. I understood that, like, you know, and there's still beefs, and it's a whole other series. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, I would have stayed in LA when I was 9 years old. Who the fuck knows whose hamburger bun I would have been? I would have been like the Oscar Mayer wiener kid, hold the wiener. I would have been in, you know, Lunchables, and I would have been in that kid actor circuit, which I know a lot of them now. Some of them become huge stars, and some of them are fucking putting Band-Aids on their taint. You know what I'm saying? Too soon. So, I don't know. I'm pretty slick with the shit, so I would have figured it out, you know? Or I would have got disenfranchised. Who the fuck knows? But my mother was, you know, loving mother, but overprotective, but just didn't get the business, you know, and my dad was like a huge dreamer. He's like, you should do it, but also like was like a gambling nutbag. I love him to death, but Jesus Christ, put the scratchers down, dude. I mean, they're both dead. I can't talk ill will about the dead. But, you know, we got to share. The number one reason I got in this business is pain. Deep-seated pain with the desire for massive amounts of pleasure. So pain of nuns telling me what to do. Pain of doctors telling me I had a bad heart. Pain of my mother always blaming me for everything. Pain of my siblings not getting my fucking jokes. Pain of fucking dumb bosses at fucking pizza shops telling me I was a, you know, idiot, forget the dough. All of that shit. Pain of not having enough money to buy a cheesesteak every day. Like shit like that. It was just like, fucking, this sucks. This fucking cold subway, fucking city, negative Nelly. Philly is the negativist city. It's gotten so much better, but it is you know what time it is? You don't have a fucking watch, you fucking douchebag, you fucking porky. Like Philly is like, yo, I think it's not even like I want to be an astronaut. I think I want to maybe... possibly, if you work in a pizza shop, I think I want to move up to a taco shop. You can't do that, you fucking bitch ass pussy motherfucker. Fuck you. How the fuck did Kate Winslet win Best Accent when I'm from Delco and somebody said her accent was better than mine? Fantastic, incredible actress. One of a kind, a generation actress. But you can't fucking say I can't fucking do a fucking Delco accent, because that's fucking Philadelphia. That's how you fucking talk. You fucking talk. That's how people talk. Yeah, fuck you fucking piece of shit. What am I saying right now? Fuck you fucking piece of shit. I'll beat your fucking ass down the fucking hell. Fuck. That's how I grew up. I possibly don't want to be a plumber. You think you're fucking better than me? You fucking piece of shit. Oh God, this is making me. This podcast started as Sad Sally, but I'm so happy right now, making me laugh myself. You too. Listen, so pain with the desire of pleasure. Oh, I want to meet women. Oh, I want to make money. Damn, I want to have unlimited cheesesteak and tacos. Damn, I don't want a fucking shitty, rusty old Volkswagen Rabbit. I want a fucking BMW. Bam. I don't want to live in this shitty fucking inner city apartment. I want a house. Bam. I don't want to go to an ice rink. I want to go to the beach. Bam. That's what California represented to me. Dreams. And I talk all that stuff because people like Michael would, you know, live the dream and all these different things and created these dreams, you know, through hard work and, you know, moves and, you know, I don't know all about his dealings, but for me, my dealings were like hard work and fucking persistence, not taking no for an answer, and some fucking luck for sure. I don't know how much luck, but definitely fucking luck or whatever that is. Just catching the fucking, I'm lucky I had a good audition. The casting director liked me and said, come meet Wes Craven on Thursday. Like I said, I got to meet him on Thursday, but maybe he had a good burrito for lunch. He was happy. I fucking did another great audition. He's like, that was great. Like, what if he had a bad burrito? Like, I might not be Scream. You know, Ken Jeong might have been Randy. I don't fucking know. Like, but I did it. I got maybe it was my performance. Maybe I was lucky. Maybe it was a good burrito. What I'm saying is I don't know the answers to all these things. This is the simulations. So there's so much to say. So let me just give you an example. Why I got inspired to talk about this is because I see people on Instagram like having their best life. Like, I see people with titles, actor, comedian. First of all, if you have to put that in your title, don't do it. Unless you're like a really working actor or a working comedian, you're grinding and you like are starting to make money and you like want people know because it's professional booking. I respect that. You got to do that. I never told people I was shit until I remember. I'll never forget. My sister was like, "Jay, somebody saw you on Ellen. You did the Ellen show." This was when she had her sitcom, and I go, "She goes, you didn't tell us." I go, "Oh yeah, I just do it. I didn't have to tell you." And she called me on the phone. This is when you had phones, and I go, "Yeah, I auditioned and I did it." She goes, "Well, that's awesome." I go, "Is it? Where were you?" I think I told my mom and dad, but my sister, who was very negative to me, did not help me. Fucked me up, said, "I saw you on the TV." And I said, "Yeah, okay, cool." And she was like so blown away. I'm like, "What do you think I've been doing for 6 fucking years? Eating fucking ramen." Yeah. By the time I already got it, I was over trying to prove it to her. You start because you want to prove people wrong and all this shit. So yeah, I didn't tell nobody shit. When I first got my job or something, I was a fucking some restaurant. There was 2 reactions I got when I worked one of my first jobs in LA. It's probably 8 months in. And one was an angel, Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda, if you're watching. You know you're an angel to me. And another was another guy. I'm not going to name him. And the guy was such a fucking prick nose. You know, you know him from one iconic thing, and that's it. And it's not his fault. He's insecure. We're all insecure. And another waitress, a wonderful woman, Rhonda. And I go, "Well, I really want to be an extra," because I started doing extra work. And I go, she goes, "You don't want to be an extra. You want to be an actor." Actually, that's what it was. She encouraged me first, and then I just want to be an extra. And then she told me that, "I don't want to do that. You want to be an actor. Like, you can act." And I was like, "What's that?" So that was like a little angel for me. Then I told this guy that, and he shit on it. And then I told like another like person at the restaurant I was working at, and they shit on it. After like 4 shits or 5 shits in my mouth, I'm like, I'm not a fucking actor anymore. I'm not a comedian. They go, "What are you doing out here?" And I did the old fucking thing. The weather. Change of space. The weather. Because I don't need people hitting me daily with fucking lemon balls. Okay? So I just lie. Just like when people are on, I'm in Uber and I get a chatty Uber. "Where are you from?" You know what I say? "Phoenix." "Oh, Phoenix." It's great, right? Isn't Phoenix great? Where are you from? No matter where I am in the world. Phoenix. It's just a perfect city with the thing. You don't know what the fuck's Phoenix about. Anything can happen in Phoenix, but it's also like something you don't think about. It's just the sun. Phoenix. What do you do? "Seminar. I'm here for a seminar." "What?" "Insurance and stuff." Like, I see this stuff. So if you're on Instagram, don't give yourself a title, in my opinion, unless you're doing it. And even then, you want to get to the place, obviously, where everybody does, where you're just a thing, and then people know who you are. But again, if you're a worker person, if you're a fucking hard grinding road comic, and you know you want to get booked comedian, you know, do your thing. If you're like an actor who's doing under 5s and you got a guest star, I get that. I'll shut the fuck up. But if you like haven't had any credits and you're not in SAG yet, I don't think you should put actor on your fucking thing. Right? That's just me. I wouldn't have did that. And you can fake it till you make it, but, you know, don't lie to people. I always tell people, you know, when they were open, I'd be like, "Well, I'm trying to really act, but, you know, it's hard." So, long story. I see a lot of people that are in helicopter parents, the children of helicopter parents, and I'm seeing like, you know, and listen, my parents were great in a lot of ways. One way they weren't great is they never fucking, I was crazy Jamie. Like, I was never validated enough. You know what I'm saying? It took my mother fucking years, right, when she's on her deathbed, going, "Oh, that makes sense." Like, fuck, before her last breath. I'm like, now you fucking get it? Like, listen, and I don't care. Oh, it was their time and all this stuff. That's great. I understand that. You know, this is how I feel. I'm allowed to share it. And so if you don't feel validated, what do? You run the Hollywood, right? That's what the good artists do. There's one artist who's very huge. I want to say his name. And another huge comedy producer said, "You have no trauma. I've never met anyone with no trauma, and yet you're so funny." And I don't want to put their business out there. And I don't know. He would be an anomaly because this person is hilarious. And they say that he's had a wonderful upbringing. And if he has no trauma, which is crazy. You know, I think, you know, Kurt Cobain is always going to be, for me, the barometer of pain turned into magnificent art. Like, fucking top of the line art. pained individual from everything I've researched with him. Just fucking destroyed as an individual. But my God, his art. Fucking, if he went out on just Bleach, you got my vote, bro. God bless you. So, and an incredible artist like Eminem. Eminem, you know Eminem's an insane graphic artist, like Marvel comic graphic artist. You know that? Did you guys know that? He's insane. Like, as good as he is a rapper. It's God bless it, you know? So those people are just, when they're just hyper talented, they're always going to figure out a way to express it. Especially if they're not introverted, you know, like, that's me. I when people were rude to me, I didn't go in the corner. I was like, fuck you. I got hurt. And then after like 6th grade, I started going, fuck you back. And so I'm an extrovert. So I wasn't scared to fight because I didn't die. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking go out. So anyway, I see all these like people giving themselves congratulations for fucking winning like a fucking theater award and fucking, Victorville Theater Company, or they got accepted and whatever. Little victories are great, okay? I never did that shit. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I didn't tell my family when I was on fucking network TV and it was the #1 show of the night. Now, maybe I'm fucked up, which I am. But what I'm saying is, I wasn't like, I did it, I made it. I was like, fuck you. This is just the beginning, right? But to me, this is how it works. So here's an example, because I got inspired because I saw somebody like talking about the stuff they did and they were fucking couldn't believe it. And it was a very, very minor achievement, a tiny achievement. And I know we have to like be good to ourselves, but I'm like, if you're celebrating that shit, what the fuck are you in this for? Because you're going to fucking make millions if you do this right. Millions, tens, maybe hundreds. And you're still going to be miserable if you're good. That's what I believe. So I got a lot of, I'll tell you a story and I'll end it. I was getting, a lot of heat. Like I said in my last video, it's not about, so many people care about heat, but it should be about your talent, right? So I got Scream, I got Scream 2, and I got Enemy of the State. Things were going good. And, I was with CAA, which Mike Ovitz built, and biggest agency, and they're really pushing me for TV. And I didn't know why, but I was like, yeah, I guess they want their TV money. But I'm like, I'm a fucking actor. I wanted to be a movie actor star. And I should have held my fucking ground, but everybody was like pushing me, and they go, you get TV in the fucking winter, do an action movie in the summer. And Will Smith was doing it, so I was like, okay, it's not terrible, but it was like Tom Cruise never did TV, and certain people, but the generations were changing, right? So I meet, people, the producer, Judge Judy, and they had this pilot they were super fucking high on. And it was a huge dance, a huge to-do to get this pilot. And I had to do multiple meetings. I should just do a whole podcast about the experience because it was one of the most times I had. That's whatever you want to read that into. But the great news is that the ABC network was absolutely behind me. They love me. But this is when I learned about how TV is basically takes, there's a lot of people in TV TV is so fear-based. So fear-based. It's like, it's got to work, man. And if it ain't work, it's your fucking fault. It's like they always are going to blame the star of the show. But the star of the show gets the credit, but sometimes maybe they get the credit when they don't deserve it. That's true. But sometimes they get the blame when they don't deserve it. That's true. So long story, and I got this pilot, and I was basically a fucking talking puppet. I couldn't be me at all. These guys were so scared, and they didn't know what I was capable of. I was before Jamie Kenning Sperman, and that's okay. And I was in Scream, and I was the energy guy, and we're energy. I'm like, fuck, dude. So I said, listen, and I got through it. I fucking sat down there and fucking played ball and fucking bowed and nodded, yes, sir, and all that stuff. And because I knew the payday, 100 episodes, you're looking at 20 million and fucking a house in Malibu, and you're figuring out your next move. You know what I mean? There was so much pressure on me. I was lucky. I was getting pressure and fucking tension from my agents were actually pretty good. I will say that my CAA and my managers were very good. They were they were very supportive. We're usually the three under the bus. They were very good that year. I'll actually say that. They were behind me. But like the studio, there was a lot of people out my ass. But I was very lucky because ABC was very nice to me. Like the network, which that could be the hardest part. I had them on my side. And so that was a big, there was a lot. And maybe that caused tension with other people because ABC kind of was like, well, Jamie's doing his job. Like, and then they would like get closed doors and they'd be like, listen here, Cinderella, wipe that fucking line. I was like, well, ABC liked it. And then, like, but it was my first pilot. So I was like, I don't know. Who, I got an S a D. Fine, whatever, right? Big picture. So anyway, I got to the point where I was doing all these rehearsals and stuff. And this was a huge week for me because I had to get fucking focused and I couldn't have any distractions. And it was crazy because it was the craziest time right now. It was like there were 3 things happening. I had to shoot this pilot and then you shoot it and then you wait to see if you get picked up. I just booked Bowfinger, so I knew I had a summer job, which was going to be awesome. And I needed a new pacemaker. So I had 3 things. And so my mother was like, I'm going to come out. I want to come out. And I'm like, okay, you come out. And she's like, I want, to come out and I'll see, I'll see the taping. And then, so I literally did the taping. And then the next day I had to go to the hospital for surgery. And then 2 weeks later, I had to pass a test to make sure I was good. And then I could start Bowfinger. So I'm going to get back to that part. The good news is I get the jobs, all this stuff. It's a ton of pressure. And like, try it again. And you get like, when it's tape night, I knew it was going to be my time. I'm like, look, listen, guys, I know we're doing this stuff in run-throughs. And they literally do stuff. I don't know if you've ever been to a run-through. I guess if you're not acting, you don't know. But you do it and all the writers are there. And if it's their joke, they go like this. And you're like, so my dog, it's like, woof, woof. And they're like, and they look at the executives. And if the executives aren't laughing, they try to help to get the laugh. This is a known thing in TV. Or they're like, like it's a very fucking intense thing and cutthroat. From writers write at their own, laugh their own jokes, all this shit. So it's not real until you get humans in there, right? So there's laughter, or they like the way this works, or the director keeps laughing at it. He's trying to sell his direction. The writer, the showrunner's trying to sell their direction. So, they're trying to get the network, and the network at the end of the day is going, we like this, we don't like this, right? Which, by the way, the network just wants something that they can sell soap next to. But this process, the network was incredible. Like, they were the chillest, and everyone else was not. And I don't care. I'm going to say that. So I'm like, look, I think you guys, I'll do whatever you want. I was getting line readings, which I don't even care, but you know how many actors will cry with that. So I was like, I will do whatever you want. And I go, you got your take, right, for you. And then I got your take for you, right? Because it's a live studio audience, so it's like a stand-up show. And I go, just do me a favor. Like, you've seen me in my movies and stuff, like, just give me a take from me. And the network was there. And I'm like, and they're like, all right, man, we can talk about it. All right. So I would do their take, get a nice laugh. I would do the next take for them, his take, get a good laugh. And I'm like, and they're like, are you good? And I like give them a couple. I'm like, I'm good. And the network's like, it's good. Literally, like, they do it. Network looks, network nods, moving on. That's how it is. It's made. No pressure. But hey, they're paying you $100,000. So, they tell you to fucking take shit and smear it on your cheek, you do it. That's me, though. That's me. There's people in this new generation, they'd be like, well, I don't have to smear shit. I want $100,000, I'm going to smear shit. I will put up with fucking a lot of shit to get to the fucking bigger picture. That's me. So I waited like 2 or 3, like a scene in. It was like 20 scenes. And I was like, like the third scene, because it was going okay. It was going good. And then I had this nice moment. I just knew I had like this physical moment and stuff. And I go, all right, yeah. They like it. And I go, can I do mine? All right, let's do it. Make it quick. And I did it, and I had this little move. You can look at it, and it's a little physical thing. And I go, nope, or something like that at the end. And just the dumbest little thing. And the fucking crowd lost it. And the network's like, and they're like, oh. The next scene, yeah, can I do mine? Like, boom. Once I got those 2 laughs from the crowd, the network's like, okay, this motherfucker is knowing what he's doing. And now I was like, my take, by the 10th scene, I'm like, guys, boom. And that's what I had to do. I put up with all the other stuff because it was great money. It was a wonderful opportunity. I was lucky to get the job. All that being said, I was being stifled. So once I knew my play, I picked my poison. I fucking knew the crowd would lose it, and the crowd is the end all be all. That's your fucking. That's who you're selling soap to. The network's all like, they had the power. Like, yo, let the bull run. Bam, laugh, boom, whatever. Fucking huge rap party. Everybody's drinking, laughing. We got a hit. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah. They tested the fuck out of it, and the thing never fucking aired. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Suck it, keep the ego down, keep your emotions down, get through it. That's not the point of the story. That's just some of the pressures. I didn't even lay it out. I didn't lay out the players. I didn't lay out where the director was going to direct. He directed a seminal movie after this, all this shit. I didn't direct any of that. I had to go to surgery the next day. I think I had to do the next day. No, because I was drinking. I think I just drank just to the point where you have to have the 12-hour or whatever, so maybe it was an afternoon surgery. It's pretty easy to do. Long story short is, my mother said, I'm going to come. And I said, okay. And I got her a suite at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And I put her there. And I didn't have her come to the taping because I couldn't deal with having to babysit her emotions. And that's pain. Do you understand? She came and it was loving because she wanted to be by her boy when he got a surgery, which I loved. And I wanted to chill, so I recuperated in the Beverly Hills Hotel for 5 days. I couldn't even have her come to the taping because I was like, if she's there, she could say something negative. It could fuck with my head. Or she's worried if a joke is like, against the Catholic religion. I couldn't deal. And that's why I got into comedy. Do you understand? And this is why I have pain, because my mother and my family don't realize that this job and what I'm doing is very different than what anyone does. And it's something that's very hard to do. Anyone can go into some kind of college. It's not that hard. But this is. And they would try to make it seem like it wasn't. And that just made me more isolated and far away. They never gave me my flowers until it was too late.